Daniel's here, ASC25, and we are in Xining, China. High. It has an elevation almost twice that of the mile-high city of Denver, making this the highest elevation student cluster competition ever held in the entire world in the history of time. We're with the University of Science and Technology of China, not just one of, the University of Science and Technology from China, and they hosted this competition 2 years ago from their hometown of Hefei. And let's meet the team, see what they look like this year. So what's your name and what are you working on?
My name is Yueqiang He. Yes, and I'm responsible for the mRNA task, and now I'm converting Java
to something that can be used. You're converting it from Java to C++, right?
Yeah. However, it has lots of bugs, so
because it's Java.
Yeah.
Yes. Java, great for websites. Yay. Great for things like that. For high performance computing type stuff, no.
Yeah.
Right? And they make you convert it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Good job. Work hard on it. Nobody's liking that task.
Yeah, it's difficult, and it's difficult to use a pointer because Java don't have a pointer and C++ has.
Why would they? Because they're good for websites.
Yeah.
Anyway, so who's this guy next to you?
My name is Xingzhou Zheng, and I'm trying my best to optimize the inference stage of DeepSeek R1, 32 billion amount of parameters. And I think maybe DeepSeek is really a cutting edge and a very famous application.
Yes.
In China, even in the world. And when I analyze the bottom the codes of the DeepSeek, I think I really learned a lot, and I have a greater command of the the many technologies that are used in DeepSeek, and I think DeepSeek is really worth the the reputation.
You know what he's doing right now? He's applying for a job at DeepSeek. No, I'm teasing. That's good though. But I'll keep it in. So point them to that video.
Okay.
Maybe they'll give you a look. Who's this next to you?
My name is Yan Zhang. I'm partly responsible for the system management, and I will test the LINPACK performance in the match. Also, I'm responsible for the Gene4 application. I will try to run it more faster and faster.
Now, are you going to be the one responsible for keeping the power down?
Maybe partly responsible for the system management, such as the NFS building.
Okay, but not necessarily the power throttle.
Yes.
That's going to be the individual. Him. Okay, we're getting to him. Let's get to you first.
Yeah, my name is Yiming Ying, and I'm responsible for R4-3, the Nobel Prize last year. And just 10 minutes ago, I talked with Qilu, Qilu University of Technology, and I'm amazed by their performance in this R4-3 because they calculate faster than me, and it's amazing and
that's
interesting.
Right now. Today's Sunday. We find out what you do Monday and Tuesday and what. So do you understand how they did it?
Yes, and I I use the model parallelization and data parallelization to accelerate, and I use PyTorch to write it from JAX. And I think PyTorch is much faster, and their way is the same as us, and they are faster than me. And I think PyTorch is good.
Yeah. Well, keep working on it. Keep trying.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now you.
My name is Qin Yu. I'm responsible for the M5C RNA size detection, and contrary to other applications, this is a workflow composed of many stages and individual applications, and there is data dependency among these applications to parallelize the workflow. I use the makefile to construct the workflow so that with much more data parallelization, the workflow can run faster than the baseline. And I use data parallelism. I first split the files into some small files so that we can parallelize the workflow to run this small data
fast
parallelly.
Yeah, and so you don't have multiple processes that depended on big files. You made those small files with fewer processes depending on them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Before optimization, the workflow use 16 cores at maximum. But after split the files into 4 parts, the workflow can use 64 cores at the same time.
Good.
So the workflow can run faster than before, and it reduced about half the time than before.
I like that. Good job. So you've got 5 nodes here.
Yeah.
And you have any GPUs in there?
No.
All old school. Good. That's like our pals over at Shanghai Jiaotong. You're going. I gotta say, you're one of the last teams I've talked to, and I've asked this question. It has to do with how they organize this. They're forcing you to make a decision, and in past competitions, that decision's always been not GPUs or not how many GPUs do we use and how do we. But now, with only the benchmarks using GPUs, there are still people out there that are using GPUs when I kind of think your approach will be fine. You're not going to win LINPACK, you're not going to win HPCG, but you're going to do better on everything else. You're still going to get points for those. It's not going to be 0, but you're going to be able to do better on the tougher things that have more points. Does that make sense? Is that your thinking?
We just use more nodes and to use less power. If we use GPU, the power may up down and level
and you can you're only going to use them for 2 apps.
Yes.
And you have to carry them the rest of the way.
Yes.
You can't pull them out. So I think this is a better approach because it's also simpler.
I think it's a choice.
Yes.
And whether to win, we don't know. And maybe the day after yesterday.
Yeah.
And I think it's a range. It's a
risk. You don't know. And I've had teams talk, we've done the math. I'm not convinced it's that cut and dry. This is something that
it's a try.
It needs to be tried. Yeah. And I think that you're making the slightly safer bet as long as you feel comfortable that in those other apps, you're going to be good.
Yes.
Right? Some teams are just betting, and they're going to be happy if they get LINPACK or HPCG.
Yes.
You're not them. You're different.
Maybe. As I know, some team use even CPU and achieve like a GPU in the HPL and HPCG. And I think they are very great because the Intel has AMX, and the AMX, I think can partly replace GPU.
They can get kind of there, but it's today, right now, it's hard to be equal.
Yes.
But I think you're doing this right. I think it's. I'll be really interested in seeing how you do. And we will check back with you, another interview tomorrow, next day. It'll be a surprise. You won't expect it. I'll come up out of the blue. But thank you so much. Good explanations. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.